Okay, so this is kind of like a problem that I have you doing, and we've had it on several tests, and I'll probably continue to have it on tests because I want you to be thinking about how to solve a quadratic, and when you get a quadratic, how are you going to solve it? So the first thing we always do is we look to see if it's a perfect square. And so this is not a perfect square. Perfect squares Perfect squares look like t squared plus 51 equals negative 7, or x plus 2 equals 5. So we clearly don't have that. The next thing we want to try is the zero product property, right? So can you solve with it's not this. So now we want to look at the zero product property. Okay. And so when you look at the zero product property, we have to factor, right? So we go to factor this, and we've got t squared. And then remember, you got to bring this over, so then this is 58. And so when you look at your factoring, this is going to be 58t squared, and this is going to be minus 16t. When I start looking at my factors, 1 times 58, 2 times 29, there's no other factors that go into 58. So this can't happen. So I can't factor. Can't factor. All right, so now I can't use the zero product property. So now the next thing I want to do is complete the square. And so when I complete the square, remember, we're going to complete the square on the first two terms, so t squared, and then you're going to separate them, so minus 4t. Nope, I lied. It's not minus 4. What is it? What is half of 16 is 8, and then minus 8t. Okay, so then negative 8 times negative 8 is positive 64. So then this is t minus 8, t minus 8. So now this number right here has to be 64. So you've got options, but since this number here needs to be 64, all I have to do is add 13 here. If I add 13 here, I add it to the other side. So then when you do this, you end up getting t squared minus 16t plus 64 equals, so I'm adding 13 minus 7, so that equals 6. And so this right here is a perfect square. That's what we made happen. And so by getting a perfect square, this becomes t minus 8 squared equals 6. So then I can take the square root of both sides. The absolute value of t minus 8 equals root 6. And then we get t minus 8 equals root 6, or t minus 8 equals negative root 6. So then t equals 8 plus root 6, or t equals 8 minus root 6. And that's your answer.